Hey everybody, my name is Kim Hawk and I am in the Near Disney YouTube studio. Well, welcome to our weekly show where we try to give some helpful information for those of you looking to move near Disney. And so we are in Florida and we talk about a 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And so today what I want to do is a loved one, a dear friend, had recommended that I do some educational type of videos for people that may not understand terms per se. And so I'm talking about Adam the Woo, dear friend of ours, and just really love him. And we had talked about the difference between lock and leave and a regular home. And so that's what I'm going to do. I want to talk about what the differences are. I want to show you a video on what that means. And it doesn't always necessarily mean lock and leave for somebody that is a senior citizen, right? A lot of times people are like, well, they need a lock and leave. A lock and leave means that when you come into your house, lock the door, everything's taken care of by you on the inside. And then when you're exiting the door, you lock that door. Everything on the outside of that building is taken care of by a group. So you lock it and you leave. But it also pertains to people that may travel a lot, like Adam was traveling a lot. He wanted to just go and have a property where he could keep his things, but then go and pay things in advance so that he didn't have to worry about when the roof needed to be changed out, or the grass needed to be mowed, or pest control on the outside and stuff. So I thought, that was a very good, valid question. And I bet there's others of you out there that have that. And really, isn't that what YouTube is about, is trying to help one another, educate each other what's going on. So I'm going to show you an example of a property that's in Celebration that is lock and leave. And I'll come back at the end and we'll start talking about. So start putting some questions down. If you have any questions, I'll tell you kind of what price point this is, what the monthly fees would be. It's not scary. And hopefully how the mindset of lock and leave will possibly resonate with somebody right now. Here we go. So wasn't that a great example? So what I'm pointing out is a place that you could lock up, be gone for months, and then come back and know that everything's taken care of. You do not have to be concerned about, is the lawn being taken care of? Is there a roof issue that needs to be addressed? If uh, things like exterior repairs, that kind of stuff. And you also don't have to be concerned about big bills that are coming at a certain time. For example, maybe the roof is over 10 years at a house and you're now being told that you have a bill that you need to pay in order to put a brand new roof on a home. what's happening is everybody else that's beside you in these groups are collectively pulling their money so that when it's time to paint the exterior of the building, put a new roof on, that type of thing, pest control, lawn care, it's all taken care of. So the example that we just showed you, that's in Celebration. That's a property that Adam would have been aware of. That is super close to a pool area, recreation area, that has a fitness room. That was important for us when we were looking for property together. And this is Island Village in Celebration, Florida. It's also a fairly new property, so it looks brand new. That one even had like a, um, one of the chargers for an electric vehicle for a Tesla in the garage. Looks brand new. So just to give you an idea on what cost of something like that would be, it's presently on the market for $589,000. So the question you want to ask is, what are the monthly fees and is there an HOA? Now let's talk about that. The monthly fees on this is very, very low for Celebration, and it ended up being $311 monthly. That's low because they have enough money in their reserves. It's a fairly new property that if something is the monies are being pulled, they have enough time so they can collect more and more money so that when the roof needs to be replaced, right? Then when you look at HOA, it's very low as well too. It's $137.92 a month. Now that gives you the access to walk a block and get to the recreation area that had that fitness room, beautiful swimming pool. It has a social club area. It has a fitness walking area around the lake. And so in Celebration, there's several of these that you would have access to. And so that's a very low fee for an HOA, Homeowners Association fee. That way you're not necessarily having to pay to put a pool in your backyard, which you wouldn't on this townhouse, but you also don't have to maintain it. So for example, I have a swimming pool at my home and I'm paying about $130 a month for somebody to come out and maintain that per month. So that's almost a full amount of money that you would have if you have a lock and leave back in Island Village's Celebration. So if any of you out there, and that could also pertain to a young couple that is just starting with their business stuff and they find that they are just working tons and tons and tons of hours and they just don't have the time to maintain a single family home, these lock and leaves are really great. Once again, also older generation, the Snowbirds are going to look for lock and leaves too. So oh, wait a minute, I do see a question. Okay. When I say lock and leave, is there management that sometimes is needed? Well, not necessarily, because lock and leave and yeah, pretty much the outside of the building is maintained and taken care of. Now, when you buy something through us, we have a 1-year home warranty that we buy as a gift for folks. That's going to help you with a lot of the interior stuff. So for example, if you're traveling a lot and all of a sudden your air conditioner goes out, you're going to use the telephone number that we give you, and then you pay $100 service fee in order to have the serviceman come out and they either give you brand new or fix the issue. And so that gives you peace of mind there. So when you combine having a home warranty from a good home warranty company, and we do work with a really good one, and you also have a lock and leave situation, I feel pretty confident that you can put things on auto pay, like your monthly HOA, or pay in advance. You know, if you're looking at, I think total, this one is $448 a month. Some people, like Adam, my friend, like to pay things a year in advance because he just didn't want to think about it again. He wanted to be able to have a secure home with no question about there's any bills that are being waiting, that you've got everything and you just have peace of mind. Peace of mind, yeah? All right. So if anybody's interested, and the one that we just talked about is a listing that we do have. I wanted to make sure that I could tell you specifically details on one. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it has that attached 2-car garage, which is pretty great. And like I said, it feels fairly new. All right. Well, give me a call if my real estate team can ever help you with strategies as well. This one is 589,000, but one of the strategies is sometimes because we know it's worth more, um, sometimes lenders will allow you to increase your offer price and get some of those funds back so that you can pay down your interest rate. But great news, yesterday interest rates dropped to 5.99 on a 30-year fixed. So that's been a long time since we've seen that. I want to say almost 4 years. Yeah. And so now is a very good time to be giving us a call, locking down a home, being in an area where it's easy to get to Disney. We talk about we can just run down the street to go to a movie, or we can go to the Disney theme parks, Universal theme parks, SeaWorld, what have you. The weather is not an issue with insurance for us because we're not concerned about necessarily hurricanes coming inland, which really impacts us. Our power lines are underground. We've never lost power through any storms. Our insurance rates are reasonable because we're not having to deal with flooding and all that other stuff. So anyway, that's my little piece of info for this week. Hopefully, just let me know. Text me 407-808-9845 if you have any questions about any other general real estate terms. But I wanted to honor the first one of these with something Adam and I had spoken about quite a bit. So God bless him and his family. And we are working on a plaque for the Memorial Garden in celebration. And so that people gather like the first Saturday in November on that. So we'll be updating that one. And I hope you have a great new year. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and like to the Near Disney YouTube channel. And Monday nights, we have a show on celebration specifically. And then on Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team does a show that you do not want to miss. It's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. All right, guys. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Hi, Missy. Missy. Yeah, I did a quick one. But it's 3:18. It's about lock and leave. I'm talking to my client now.